Good day everyone! I am Bernalyn Codong from BP EdTusi, and today I am going to discuss my topic about the taxation of the Americans and the taxation during the Commonwealth period. But before that, I will give you a brief explanation about what taxation is. Did you know that one of the reasons why does the government exist is because of taxes? We can finance our governmental activities through revenues, and by that, it is important on our part to know the origin and the nature of our taxation system here in the Philippines. Now, what is taxation? Taxation refers to a compulsory or coercive money collection by levying authority, usually a government. It is also means by which government finance their expenditure by imposing charges on its citizens and corporate entities. When we say compulsory or coercive, it is required by a law or rule. It is not voluntary nor optional. In other words, taxation is the practice of a government collecting money from its citizens for public services, meaning kung wala tayo taxation, there will be no public libraries, parks, bridges, schools, and other infrastructures. The revenues or the money that are from tax mo nang gigamit to pay for our doctors, soldiers, and for building the hospitals, schools, roads, and other infrastructures like what I've said earlier. Now let's proceed to the taxation under the Americans. The Americans who acquired the Philippines aim to make the economic self-sufficient, an economy that is independent or able to function without the help or support from other countries. In order for them to do that, they run the government with the smallest possible sum of revenue and create surplus in the budget. From 1898 to 1903, the Americans followed the Spanish system of taxation with some modifications. During the American period, the military government suspended the contract for the sale of opium. Opium is a kind of drug. It is used for narcotic, and the medicine it is used for analgesic or painkiller. Second is lottery. It is a form of gambling. And the third one is the charges for the coinage of money. Later on, the urbana, or it is called tax on the annual rental value of an urban real estate, is napalitan siya at pinalitan ng land tax. The land tax is payable annually by virtue of ownership of land. When it is already changed, it is levied or both rural and the urban real estate. Ang Americans ang nag-introduce ng taxes regarding sa land and agriculture, pero nahirapan silang gawin yon because the problem of the land tax was that the land titling in the rural area was very disorderly. Masyado silang nahirapan sukatin yung mga lupa sa rural areas kasi nagkaroon din ng resistance yung mga tao sa Americans. Tax evasion was prevalent among the elites. So sa panahon ng mga Amerikano, naganap ang tax evasion kung saan in-evade ng mga mayayaman yung mga taxes nila. Tinakasan nilang mga taxes na dapat nilang bayaran. The Internal Revenue Law of 1904 was passed as very action to the problem of collecting land tax, and this prescribed 10 major sources of revenue. Number 1, license taxes on firms dealing in alcoholic beverages and tobacco. Number 2, excise taxes on alcoholic beverages and tobacco products. Number 3, taxes on banks and bankers. Number 4, document stamps taxes, the cedula. Number 6, taxes on insurance and insurance companies. Number 7, taxes on forest products. Number 8, mining concessions. Number 9, taxes on business and manufacturing. Number 10, occupational licenses. In 1907, some provinces were authorized to double the fee for the cedula to support the construction and maintenance of the roads. They also do the tax for the import and export products for the same reason. Now, let's proceed to the topic, the taxation under the Commonwealth period. But before that, let us define what is Commonwealth. Did you know that Commonwealth is an independent country or a democratic country? It is also a traditional political community founded for the common good. And for the other resources, the noun Commonwealth stands for public welfare, general good, or advantage. Upon the entry of the Commonwealth era or the Commonwealth period, the taxation in the Philippines becomes more firm and just. Moreover, other form of taxes is at risk, like the income tax rates, surtax rates on or net incomes, and other corporation taxes. The government also removes the system or the cedula taxes. In 1939, the government in Commonwealth do the National Internal Revenue Code. Number 1, the normal tax of 3% and the surtax on income was replaced by a single tax, a progressive rate. Number 2, personal exemptions were reduced. Number 3, corporation income tax was slightly increased by introducing taxes on inherited estates of gifts donated in the name of dead person. Number 4, the cumulative sales tax was replaced by a single turnover tax of 10% luxuries. Number 5, taxes on liquors, cigarettes, forestry products, and mining were increased. And number 6, dividends were made taxable. These taxations still causes some sectors to become unfair on the share of the tax burden. So in short, hindi nito pinadali ang buhay ng mga tao. Rather, mas binigyan ito ng opportunity ng iba to take advantage sa mga lower class as they manage to maneuver the situation for their benefits. Therefore, the tax system that is introduced by the Americans remain unfair. Nagsasuffer yung mga taong nasa lower class dahil sa taxes or dahil sa binabayaran nila sa gobyerno. Ngunit yung mga taong nasa upper is nakita pa nila nitong opportunity to make themselves more richer. So mababa lang yung tax para sa agriculture. But still, there are no incentives for the industrial investment para sa development nito.